What's up, everyone? Welcome to season one, episode two of the Chromium Collections, the second basketball podcast. And so the first few games started, right?
The Christmas Day games were a bit of a disappointment, I gotta say myself.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking forward to some of them, but
Yeah.
I couldn't really watch past the second quarter for most of them.
That Boston Nets game, man. Oh man.
KD's
KD
looking
and Kyrie, bro.
dangerous. Yeah, they're looking dangerous.
hmm
Well, speaking of blowouts, as we're recording, the game just finished. Clippers versus Mavs.
Yeah, Kawhi
Um,
out. They ain't got nothing, bro. 50 point. It's almost. There's a point where there's a 50-point lead. There was.
that was crazy. I thought it was like a glitch or something until I like tuned in to see the score. Oh my God.
Yeah. Serge and Kawhi
Ooh.
regretting leaving Toronto right now.
I mean, Toronto isn't doing that well themselves, but we'll get into that later.
hmm
Um, there's been a lot of struggles. It's probably because of the long break. I mean, the Warriors, right?
Yeah, 0-2 start. I don't know, man. Like no, they don't have shooting whatsoever. It's just Curry. Like yeah, they have the greatest shooter of all time, but after that, nobody's even like above
Yeah,
average.
I think the problem is, right, Steve Kerr hasn't adjusted the Warriors system to fit Andrew Wiggins and Kelly Oubre. I mean, I got this from somewhere. I don't exactly remember, so credit to whoever made me notice this, but I noticed it while watching highlights too, right?
Mm.
What they used to do was they used to have Curry be the screener for Kevin Durant, and because he's Curry, they had to like go off him, but like you couldn't just leave KD open as well, right?
Yeah.
So Curry did a lot of off-ball stuff, but I think yeah, they tried to do the same with Oubre and Wiggins, and Oubre and Wiggins aren't Kevin Durant.
Yeah, they're not even like Clay Thompson, man. Clay
Yeah, like
Thompson.
they can't shoot,
hmm Like they
right?
probably hit some open threes here and there, but they're not. They're not
They're
KD.
not they're
They're
not
not
even
Clay
hit.
Thompson.
No, but they're not even hitting those these first few games, right?
Yeah.
So I think what Steve Kerr has to do is give Curry the ball more and be more like a James Harden, just like ball dominant for this season because Oubre and Wiggins are not Clay and KD, you know?
Yeah, I was reading like Curry's averaging like pretty high amount of pick and rolls compared to how he usually plays. Like it's like above 10 per game, I think, as of right now.
Yeah, because
And
they're just letting Wiggins and Oubre take those shots and they're
hmm
just missing them.
yeah, I guess that's just what they do without any all stars.
Yeah, so I think Steve Kerr has to change the system a little bit and Wiggins and Oubre just have to be better.
hmm Another surprising team that's struggling is the Toronto Raptors.
Um, I wouldn't say it was surprising. It's just the way they've been losing is just uh
Yeah, it's been
it's not
bad.
pretty. It's not pretty.
Yeah, in the
I would say.
first at the start of the games, they're going off, man. They're like in that first game, they had a good amount of momentum going into the second half,
It's
and
like
then
the Clippers are rubbing off on them. They can't hold leads.
man, yeah, they lost that Pelicans lead to Brandon Ingram, bro. But Brandon Ingram be looking pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, he could be like another most improved player of the year. You know how Siakam was like in the running twice. You know, Ingram could be in the
Yeah.
running twice. He's probably not gonna win it, but yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So compared to like the bubble, at least Pascal's playing a lot better. So like that genuinely surprised me. Like Pascal's playing decently, then and
I
they're
mean,
still losing.
there was clearly something wrong with him in the bubble, to be honest. It
Mhm.
couldn't be that big of a drop off, you know, just
Yeah.
for no reason.
I mean, at least he's not DeMar, bro. He can at least defend. He's not
I
liability.
mean, DeMar did beat them.
Facts. That Spurs game, bro. The first quarter they went off, and then DeMar hit like three or four threes that game. Like if he could play
Yeah,
like that, he'll be like well
he
known
could be
again.
a he can be a second option, even maybe second, but definitely a third option on a championship team if he's hitting those threes.
I mean, damn, if he hits those in the playoffs, it might even be a first option. Who knows?
I think that might be a stretch given LeBron and AD and Kyrie and KD and even Kawhi and Paul George, right? I don't think he can really be a first option, but yeah, he could definitely be a first option on like a second round exit, you know?
Yeah. And like another reason for the struggles is like Norman Powell. He's been, although he's the reigning player of the week, he's been kind of iffy to say the like
Yeah,
least.
that was surprising given his play in the bubble was really good up until like the last few minutes of that Celtics series.
Hmm.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
before the season stopped, he was playing good.
yeah. So it's going around that like Norman Powell is could get traded, like, and so like,
Hmm.
what would we expect from a trade? So I'm thinking like you if you end up trading, which isn't like I don't think it's gonna happen, but it might by the way he's playing right now. Like I think
Hmm.
he is the best trade asset on the team.
Yeah, there isn't really anyone else that you could give up
Hmm.
to make us better.
Yeah,
Because if
because
we were to trade like Siakam, I don't know because I'm pretty sure everyone knows that he's not as hyped up as he was like before the season stopped, right?
hmm
Last season. So
yeah,
you're not gonna get someone as at that caliber as you want if you trade him. And OGs, you're not gonna get that either.
yeah, yeah. Like that like James Harden to Toronto trades have been going around. You're looking at like
Yeah.
Norman Powell, OG Anunoby.
If a James Harden trade happens, then it's gonna be with Powell's gonna be in that deal for sure.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's only the first two games. You
yeah.
know,
He also
they
didn't
came off a
practice.
pretty.
He also
He
didn't
didn't
practice.
practice. Yeah, they came off a pretty brutal series. They lost by like a few possessions, so maybe it's all just an overreaction.
Yeah. And so let's talk about Zion, man. This guy, this is second season. He's been looking good.
Zion is surprising me. Like honestly, I didn't think he'd play this good so fast.
Yeah, like
Especially
there's expectation, but he has the second most points on a
especially
Christmas Day
after
game below the age of 21. Only second to
yeah.
LeBron James.
Wait, on a Christmas Day game, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
only second to LeBron James. So he had
Yeah.
32 points, 14 rebounds, but it was a loss against Miami where Duncan Robinson.
Duncan Robinson went off. What
Yeah,
was it? Six threes in a quarter or half? I don't remember.
it was a lot though, enough to
Yeah.
win with Jimmy Butler out.
Yeah,
Uh,
true, true.
and then
Uh,
their game against Toronto, he had 15 points, 10 rebounds. It's like he had
yeah.
some plays in that game. He had some defensive, like he had a without like monster block on OG, trying to post him up.
Yeah, it looks like Zion is not the bust some people are theorizing him to be, especially after his bubble play.
Yeah, and so like I think what I also think like that team like helps like what's around him. Like he has Brandon Ingram, and now they're starting two point guards, Bledsoe and Lonzo, right? So
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah,
that's
no,
pretty good for him.
Lonzo can feed it like, he'll find Zion anywhere. Lonzo is actually like a really good playmaker despite his scoring struggles.
Yeah, he's him and Bledsoe can also shoot at least in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this team doesn't have playoff or championship aspirations yet, so the regular season is really all they need right now.
Hmm.
And yeah, uh, I think that's all we had to talk about today, really. I mean, the Christmas Day games are pretty disappointing, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I mean, opening night though, Paul George, he's.
Paul George is out for blood. He's out for revenge.
But at least we gotta wait till playoffs because we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, but maybe he might have another MVP type season like he did in his last year with OKC, I believe. Or
Yeah,
was it the
yeah.
second last year?
It was
I
the
don't know.
last
Yeah.
year
Yeah,
with
yeah.
his shoulder.
Fifth in MVP voting. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, Paul George is a beast in the regular season. You just have to see if that holds up in the playoffs.
I don't think he's gonna be hitting backwards for a while. Sided backwards on corner
Yeah,
threes.
true, true. I think that's gonna be Beverly's job from now on.
He's learning, man. Beverly's
Yeah,
learning from the best.
another thing we can see is James Harden and CJ McCollum. They went off.
And CJ hit that game winner against Houston.
Yeah, yeah. Right after Harden hit his game winner or
Put,
would be the game winner.
yeah, bro. Harden after like fucking around for like a while, he comes back and drops 40
Yeah,
plus.
they almost won that game and they had
Yeah,
like 8 players available. That was crazy.
yeah, bro. If Boogie and Wall were playing, man, I think that would be a different story.
But then again, I don't know if Harden would work well with them. We haven't really seen them all play together yet. It's really just been
Yeah.
like John Wall and Boogie and then Harden. We haven't seen them all play together as a cohesive unit yet.
Hmm.
Especially, we don't know if James Harden is going to cooperate really.
Yeah, I think
Maybe he just wants,
I think
yeah.
he's playing this well because his trade stock will then go up. So
I
maybe
mean,
somebody trade
the
for him.
thing is, I think people, I don't really know if it does anything to his trade stock. People know what he's doing. People like he wants out. People know what you get from Harden.
I mean, I personally thought like because he's like out here going to clubs and shit that he wasn't gonna like the teams won't want to trade for him
I mean,
because
I
like they're
think
like
people aren't. No, no, I think the reason people aren't trying to trade for him is because of how much Houston is trying to get back. Houston is trying to get back a very young, promising player. Like not just like someone who will turn out okay, but like someone who will be good, like Ben Simmons, right?
yeah.
And
Like
they also want picks on top of that, but you're not going to give up Ben Simmons and picks
but
for
it's James
Harden if you're
Harden.
Philadelphia.
But it's James Harden. Second in
Yeah,
MVP
but
voting last year? Or second or third?
I know, but
Forgot. I
I
think
mean,
LeBron came second.
no,
Yeah, but like
LeBron
a
came second.
MVP, he's in the MVP conversation ever since
He
he's been to
every se
Houston.
Yeah, yeah, but like yeah, but if you're Philly, Harden hasn't like if you're thinking about it, Harden hasn't performed the way he performs in the regular season as he does in the playoffs. I mean, he's been getting better recently,
Yeah,
but
I mean, like I think Philly and like if a team like the team that I think is gonna like work the best if they trade for Harden is like Philly. Either
with
you're
Embiid,
probably
right?
trading
Mm.
Ben Simmons because I think Joel Embiid
Joel
and
Embiid is a better player. He's a better player.
yeah, but even if you have like Joel and Harden or Simmons and Harden, I think those are good pairings.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. But we'll just have to see. Time will tell. So far, it doesn't look like any deal is close to happening. Miami dropped out
Yeah, I think
from the
Toronto
running.
might look into that.
I doubt it, to be honest. I think they're just trying to put their name out there just to see, if they can do like a Siakam for Harden type deal, like they did with the Kawhi, right?
Yeah, but I don't think that's gonna get them a championship, unlike the Kawhi deal.
It's definitely not. Harden can't. So far, he hasn't played in a system. I mean, the last time we've seen him play in a system is OKC. So far in Houston, he has been the system. And Toronto, even Miami, to be honest, like if Miami were to trade like Tyler Hero, Heat fans, please don't come after us. But if you were to trade Tyler Hero for James Harden, I don't know how well that would work out either because they have a certain culture and they have a system, and Harden wants to be the system.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna might cause problems for them.
Yeah, but we'll just have to see where that goes. All right. I think we covered everything thus far. Right. Stay tuned for a rap podcast when Whole Lotta Red Deluxe drops because, we'll just give our thoughts on the whole album then.
Yeah, because he had so many
And
features. He claimed to have many features. Truly
yeah,
disappointment.
well, yeah, 3 features, right?
Mhm.
Man,
No Travis, no Cardi, bro.
yep. And stay tuned for another basketball podcast this week. And we'll see you guys all later.
See ya.
Ever since the day that you